Okay, so in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to start an LLC without a lawyer step by step, and I'll explain how you can save both time and money in 2026. Hey guys, welcome back to Biz Builders, your go-to source for everything business formation and entrepreneurship. Now, if you're watching this, you're probably thinking about making your business official, but you don't want to spend thousands of dollars on legal fees or get bogged down in complicated paperwork. Maybe you've heard that you need a lawyer to form an LLC, but honestly, that's just not true for most people. The process is way more straightforward than you might think, and you can absolutely do it yourself or with a little help from a professional service without ever stepping foot in a law office. So by the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to form your LLC on your own, what steps you need to take, what it's going to cost, and how to avoid the most common mistakes that trip up beginners. If you want to skip to a specific section, check the timestamps below. And if you find this helpful, hit that like button, subscribe for more business formation guides, and drop a comment if you have questions about LLCs or want to share your experience. And if you want to get your LLC started the quick and easy way, I've got an exclusive discount link for Northwest Registered Agent in the description. Okay, so let's start with the big question that's probably on your mind. Do you really need a lawyer to form an LLC? For most people, the answer is no, unless you have a super complex business structure, multiple partners with complicated agreements, or you're raising venture capital. You can absolutely form an LLC yourself. Honestly, most states have made the process really user-friendly. The Secretary of State websites walk you through the steps, and there are tons of resources and templates available online. Plus, if you use a professional service like Northwest Registered Agent, they'll handle all the paperwork for you and make sure you don't miss anything important. Lawyers are great if you need custom contracts, have a lot of legal questions, or want peace of mind for a big, high-stakes business. But for most small businesses, freelancers, and side hustlers, you can save a ton of money by doing it yourself. Alright, so when you're ready to get started, the first thing you need to do is decide which state you want to form your LLC in. For most people, your home state is the best choice. If you form your LLC in another state like Delaware or Wyoming, but actually operate in your home state, you'll have to register as a foreign LLC and pay fees in both states. So unless you have a specific reason, just stick with your home state. Now, once you've picked your state, you need to choose a name for your LLC. Your name has to be unique in your state and include LLC or limited liability company. You can check name availability for free on your Secretary of State's website. It's a good idea to have a couple backup names just in case your first choice is taken. Okay, so after you've settled on a name, the next step is to appoint a registered agent. This is someone with a physical address in your state who can receive legal mail and official notices for your LLC. If you live in your state and have a stable address, you can be your own registered agent. But if you don't, or if you want privacy, you'll need to hire a registered agent service. This usually costs around $100 to $150 per year, and honestly, it's a small price to pay for peace of mind and privacy. So once you have your name and registered agent sorted out, you'll need to file your articles of organization, sometimes called Certificate of Formation, with your state's Secretary of State. This is the main document that officially creates your LLC. You'll need to provide your LLC name, registered agent info, business address, and whether your LLC will be member managed or manager managed. The filing fee varies by state, but it's usually between $50 and $300. Most states let you file online, and the process is actually pretty straightforward. Once you've filed, you'll get a confirmation from the state, usually within a few business days. Now, after your LLC is approved, the next thing you'll want to do is get an EIN from the IRS. This is your business's tax ID number, and it's completely free if you do it yourself online. You'll need this for taxes, opening a business bank account, and hiring employees. The IRS website makes it pretty easy, and you'll get your EIN instantly if you apply online during business hours. Okay, so even if your state doesn't require it, you'll want to create an operating agreement. This document outlines how your LLC is run, who owns it, and what happens if you add members or want to dissolve the business. You can use the template for $50 to $100 or hire an attorney if you want something more customized, but for most simple LLCs, a template is just fine. Having an operating agreement is important for protecting your LLC status and making sure everyone's on the same page. Alright, so once you have your EIN and filed documents, you'll want to open a business bank account. This is crucial for keeping your business and personal finances separate, which protects your liability and makes tax time way easier. Most banks require your filed articles of organization, EIN, and operating agreement. Keeping your finances separate is one of the most important things you can do to maintain your LLC's legal protection. Now, depending on your industry and location, you may also need local business license or permits. These can range from $50 to several $100, so check with your city or county to make sure you're compliant. And don't forget about annual or biannual reports. Most states require you to file a report every year or every 2 years to keep your LLC in good standing. The fee is usually between $50 and $150. Mark your calendar so you don't miss the deadline and risk penalties. Okay, so let's be honest, most people don't want to spend their time reading state statutes or worrying about missing a step. That's where Northwest Registered Agent comes in. If you want the quickest and easiest way to form your LLC without a lawyer, Northwest is honestly the best option I've found. Here's how it works. You just click the link in the description or pinned comment, and it takes you straight to their LLC formation page. You select your state, enter your business name, fill in your details, and Northwest automatically sets themselves up as your registered agent. You can add extras like EIN filing or an operating agreement if you want, review everything, and submit your order. Northwest handles the actual filing with the state, and you can track everything from your dashboard while your LLC gets approved. The whole process on your end takes less than 10 minutes, and you don't have to worry about missing a step or making a mistake. Their pricing is transparent, they're not pushy with upsells, and their customer service is actually helpful if you have questions. They also send you compliance reminders for annual reports and other deadlines, so you don't have to worry about missing anything important down the road. If you want to save time, avoid paperwork, and make sure your LLC is set up correctly the first time, Northwest Registered Agent is honestly the fastest and easiest way to do it. Okay, so let's talk about the cost, because I know that's a big question for most people. The state filing fee is usually between $50 and $300, depending on where you live. Registered agent service is typically $100 to $150 per year. If you use a formation service like Northwest, expect to pay another $100 to $200 for their help, but that includes the first year of registered agent service. Getting your EIN is free if you do it yourself, but some services charge $50 to $100 for this. An operating agreement template is $50 to $100 or more if you hire an attorney. Business insurance is highly recommended and usually runs $300 to $800 per year for general liability coverage. Business banking fees depend on your bank, but expect $0 to $25 per month for a basic business checking account. So for your first year, if you do everything yourself and serve as your own registered agent, you're looking at $200 to $400 total. If you use a registered agent and a formation service, add $100 to $200 for the agent and $100 to $200 for the service. So more realistic total for most people is $400 to $700 for the first year. Okay, so let's talk about some common mistakes people make when forming an LLC without a lawyer. One big mistake is waiting too long to form an LLC. If you're making money, signing contracts, or working with others, you need that legal protection sooner rather than later. Another mistake is mixing personal and business finances. If you don't keep your business money separate, you can lose your liability protection and make tax time a nightmare. A lot of people also forget about ongoing compliance. Every state has annual or biannual reports, franchise taxes, or other requirements. Missing these can cost you big time and penalties and headaches. And finally, don't overcomplicate things. You don't need a fancy multi-member LLC or a bunch of legal documents if you're just starting out. Keep it simple, get the basics right, and you can always upgrade as your business grows. Okay, so if you found this guide helpful, give it a thumbs up so other entrepreneurs can find it too. Subscribe to Biz Builders for more business formation guides, and drop a comment below if you have questions about forming an LLC without a lawyer or want to share your experience. And remember, if you want to get your LLC started the quick and easy way, use our special discount link for Northwest Registered Agent in the description or pinned comment below. Thanks for watching, and here's to building your business the smart way in 2026 without spending a fortune on legal fees. See you in the next video.